Hey guys, how are you all? Hope so you all are doing well. So let's start the story without any further conversation. Jimin sit on Jimin sit on the chair. Why he don't come yet? Jimin like I know. Taeyang, hey, why you are looking so Jimin? Or what I do, Taeyang? They are literally me. Taeyang, I said you. I said you. When he come, you said him simply, you don't want this. He talk with his parents. Jimin, he come, or I said him. How can I do this? How can I do, huh? He roll his eyes and then the restaurant door open. Someone enter in the room. 2 to 3 is behind him. He come and sit on the chair, remove his glasses and place on the table. Jimin just watching him. His best friend who sits beside him is also shocked to see his. Jimin is so shocked to see him how much he is looking right now. The man looked at him and then signed with his hand to his man. They go. The who bow at them. Go and stand outside the restaurant. Jimin is just watching him. Yoongi, you call me for something? He said, and Jimin come in the reality. Jimin, yes. Yeah. Yoongi said. He said, and Jimin looked at Jiang, who nodded. Jimin, you know well. This is a. I don't want this, but because of my parents, I do. After I take from you, if you are agree, then I do this. Otherwise, you go home. Said your parents you don't want me, Yoongi, and you think I do this, huh? If your parents, if your parents, if your parents want this, then my also. I respect my parents so much I can't. And moreover, it's not a game. After some days, I give you. I do with you, and then for the of life we stay together. He said and stand up. Yoongi, this is what you want to talk, right? We do now. I am going. He about to go when Jimin stand up. Jimin, someone else. All I want, just no one take his place. He said, and Yoongi turned. Yoongi, you carry on. I don't care. He go from there. Jimin, what he think about himself, huh? Jiang, hey, relax. Both sit on the chair. Jimin take the sip of water. Taeyang, now listen. He said, nah, you do whatever you want. Why? You are taking, let this happen. You young, right? You stay in contact with him. One day, he himself, you Jimin, take a chill. Jimin him seems to be, he don't. Taeyang, if he try to simply, simply, you do in. I don't think he do this, and what if he is remember this never sees in a with someone else, so he give you by himself, okay? Jimin sighed and nodded. Jimin, it means I don't have any option. Expect him. Taeyang, yes, tomorrow is your. It's good if you go home. If Auntie see you, you are not in Rome. She will both of us. Jimin signed and he nodded. Then they go home. So he is Jimin and his friends Kim Taeyang. Jimin parents fix his with the business and it's good if you go home. If auntie see you are not in home, she will both of us. Jimin sighed and he nodded. Then they go home. So he is Jimin and his friend Kim Taeyang. Jimin parents the businessman's son. Hmm. Yoongi stand on the stage. Jimin come. He stand in front of him and see him with his eyes. Yoongi, don't look at me with that much. Jimin, oh really? Huh? I think you are still in sleep. Yoongi, huh? Well, this is really look like a dream. You are in front of me going to be, he said, and Jimin see him. He don't know why he's extra. Jimin, you do this. You don't. This is a for you. You don't. This is a Yoongi. No. Who said, huh? When I see your picture for you. He said, and Jimin roll his eyes. Father, if you both such, can I start? Yoongi, sure, why not? I can't wait. He said, and Jimin looked at him. Father Park, Jimin, Yoongi, Jimin, I do. He said, and Jimin looked at Yoongi with his shocked eyes. How can he forget about this? Hmm, hmm, hmm. Hmm. Yoongi with his shocked eyes. Jimin, oh no, oh no, I totally forget about the. He said, and Yoongi can see him, and I. He said, then Jimin looked at him with his widened eyes. Everyone starts clapping. Jimin, whom you call Mochi, huh? Yoongi, you. He said, and Jimin, Yoongi, hey, what is this? Jimin, now call me Mochi, you catch. Yoongi, oh, the nickname given by you. I will buy happiness, he said, and Jimin signed to see him. He smiled lightly, and everyone started to meet with them. Time skip. Finally, the event is and Mrs. Min. The event is and Mrs. Min. Okay, so I repeat the text. Yoongi with his shocked eyes. Jimin, oh no, I forget about this. He said, and Yoongi can see. He begged. Jimin looked at him with his widened eyes. Everyone starts clapping. Jimin, whom you call Mochi? Yoongi, you, my Mochi. He said, and Jimin, Yoongi, hey, what is this? Jimin, now call me Mochi, you cat. You both go. You both go in your house, son. Yoongi, alright, mom. We have so much work. Jimin, you. Yoongi, come. He hold his hand and take him with him. Mrs. Min chuckled to see them. Jimin, hail me, Yoongi, come. We at home now. Hmm. Okay. When? Why don't when? They come home. Jimin sit on the bed. He is so. Yoongi come and he stands in the way and fold his hand. Jimin, what? He said and raised his eyebrow. Yoongi signed as no. a sign as no. He sit on the couch. Jimin thinks something. Jimin so of course this is we don't. Sure you sleep on the couch. I will sleep on the bed. He said, and Yoongi stand up. Jimin see him. Without saying anything, he go for fresh up. Jimin is he or no? He think to stay silent. It's good if he is silent. He think and himself fresh up. He come out and stand in front of the mirror, seeing himself. Yoongi come. He see him. Jimin see him from his side eyes. Yoongi stands behind him. Jimin watch. Both look at each other from the mirror. Yoongi nothing, just good night, Jimin. He said, but then his eyes widened. Are also. Hold, Jimin. What are you doing? Yoongi, you are also sleepy, so let's sleep. He said and went to Jimin. But I don't. Yoongi, good night, Jimin. Hey, he said and started to Yoongi. If you move, Jimin see him and make up about Jimin. He said then Yoongi just Jimin closed his eyes and he also sleep. The night passed like this. Both sleep peacefully. Next day, Jimin is the one who wake up first. Jimin wake up. He see he see Yoongi is still sleeping and sleeping peacefully. He sit on the bed for some times and then go for fresh up. Time skip. He come out and see Yoongi is still sleeping. Then he see the jug full of water and he think something. Jimin, now my turn, Yoongi. He suddenly take the jug. So well, I personally like this scene so much. It's so and take the jug and without thinking twice the water on him. Yoongi hurriedly sit on the bed. Yoongi, he is saying, and Jimin start laughing. He heard the laughing voice and look at Jimin, who holds his and laughing. Yoongi, you Jimin, both start to run in the whole room. The room is full with the Jimin giggling voices. Yoongi is him, and then because of the water and the running, Yoongi see him. He is still laughing to see Yoongi is because of the water. Yoongi sign and he lay on the bed, both staring the ceiling. Yoongi look at Jimin, who is giggling again and again. Who is giggling again and again. He is for him. Jimin looked at him and he stopped. Both looked at each other. No doubt Jimin found Yoongi. It's so right now. It's so right now. Hmm. It's so right now. Right now. And then he looked into another side and smiled. He sit on the bed. Yoongi also and stand up. Yoongi, I take my, he said, and go for fresh up. Jimin see himself in the mirror. Jimin in mind, what is happening with me? How can for him? Why I am feeling? I don't for him. Then why for him? He places his hand. Jimin come downstairs. Jimin come downstairs. He see the mansion. Now the mansion is so beautiful, but no one is here except him and Yoongi. He come in the kitchen. He is feeling hungry, so he thought to make something for himself. He started to collect the ingredients when Yoongi also come downstairs. Yoongi, oh, you are making breakfast for me like a good Jimin. You know cooking? Yoongi, yes, I am a good chef. Jimin, good. Come make breakfast for yourself and for me also. Yoongi, and why I do that, huh? Jimin, I am newly, so why I do any work? Yoongi, I know this is for you. Don't forget, so don't think yourself as a Jimin. So what is come make breakfast, he said and sit on the chair. Yoongi sighed and his Yoongi started to think what he make Jimin. Your mention is so beautiful. Yoongi, the owner also. Jimin, yeah, I'm so beautiful, no doubt. Yoongi see him and smile. Yoongi in mind. The way you said the owner also hope so you accept me also, he think and start to make the dinner. Jimin who cleaned the mansion. By the way, Yoongi, before mates, but now you come, so now you do. But now you come, so now you do. Jimin, huh? No way. I don't. You are mates. Yoongi, no, no, I don't. It's just you do the work. Jimin, hey, don't do this. Okay, I can't do a single work. If you don't want to mate, then remember, Yoongi, you come from office and do cleaning. Yoongi and cooking. Jimin, you make the breakfast, I make the dinner and lunch. You do in office and I do in university. Simple. Yoongi, okay, done. Jimin and the maid. If you don't, I call auntie. I call auntie and said her. Auntie and said her you said me to leave the studies and do household work. Yoongi, such a you are. Jimin, thank you. Fast, make the breakfast. I am hungry. Yoongi, 2 minutes, he said, and Jimin started to see his phone and he see young message. Where are you? Why you are not giving me reply, huh? He read the message and look at Yoongi, who is making the breakfast. Jimin didn't see the message and placed his mobile on the side. As Yoongi served him the breakfast, he also sit both start to do the breakfast. Yoongi, the boy on that day in the restaurant is your best friend? Jimin, yeah, he is Taeyang. Yoongi, oh, Jimin, you know, me and Taeyang is together from childhood. We go on same school and college, now university. Yoongi, that's good. So I go office now. You call your best friend Jimin office. Oh, thank God you go. Yoongi, oh, I know you. It's me. I don't go. I stay here. Jimin, no, I don't. You can go, and if it's possible, don't. He said and started to do his breakfast. Yoongi stays silent. He don't say anything. Time skip they done with the breakfast. Yoongi, I am going office. He said and go. Jimin, what happened with him? Why he become so silent? Hmm. Jimin is walking. Jimin is walking in the living room as it's almost night. Outside is the rain also. Yoongi don't come home. Till now he is for Yoongi, but he is not ready to understand this. Jimin, why I am walking like this? He don't come. It's his choice, huh? He come or not. He sits on the couch, but then again start to walking. Jimin, what he have to understand? He is not now. I am not for him. I am as if the lights go. I feel he sits and look outside, but gladly. The door open. He sign in real life. Yoongi enter in the room by the water. Jimin, I think you like water so much. He look at Jimin and sit on the couch. Jimin go in the kitchen and come with the glass of water. Yoongi, well, this is unexpected. Jimin, I know. Yoongi take the glass of water from him and Jimin sit on the couch. The couch. Cha. Jimin, this is your time to come back. Yoongi, if Ma is beautiful and then me, I would to come home early. Jimin, what means beautiful, huh? I am not. Yoongi, make 1 cup of coffee for me. He said and go in his room. Jimin, huh? How can he give me order? I don't make coffee for him. Actually, no, I do. He thinks something and smiled. Jimin, you take later. Yoongi, once again, this is my turn. He said and go in the kitchen. He said and go in the kitchen. Mm-hmm. Wait a minute. Okay. A second. Okay, it's done. So I don't know when I have to put this on 13 second, but I do on almost how much? 1 minute and 30 seconds. Well, I didn't mean to do this. I don't know how it's happened. Well, leave it. It's all right. So the next text is Jimin come in. Jimin come in the room. He see Yoongi sit on the couch. His hair is still, but not that much. He put the cup of coffee in front of him and sit on the bed. Yoongi looked at him. Yoongi thanks, he said, and Jimin, Yoongi, no, I don't think, he said, and again, Jimin, oh, you, the Yoongi. Yoongi, it's alright. I drink coffee. I will be alright. Jimin, huh? No. Yoongi, huh? Jimin, I mean, yeah, you do. He said and started to the nails. If he take the cup of coffee now, Yoongi will go to know he do something and he think he want to him. He care about him. This is what he don't want, he think. Yoongi take the sip of coffee. He looked at Jimin. Jimin I Yoongi didn't such anything. He started to drink the coffee. Jimin, Yoongi, what are you doing? I add salt in the coffee. Yoongi, well, this is some. This is this is something new for me. So why not? I try. Jimin, you leave this. I make soup for you. Yoongi, no need you add sugar in soup. Jimin, now at least I am not that much. He said with the pouching. Oh, mochi become Jimin, you. He signed Yoongi. Jimin, what I said to you now. He said, and a smile appeared on his face. He go out from the room. Yoongi take the coffee and he chuckle. Yoongi, I will take my every from you, Jimin. but in my way. He smiled and closed his eyes. Jimin's phone started ringing. Yoongi didn't even open his eyes. And then someone started to send messages him non-stop. Jimin come in the room. After some times with the soup, he placed in front of Yoongi. Jimin, drink the soup. You feel better. My one of the friend is. I call him and ask him, Yoongi. No need, Jimin. I am fine. Jimin, oh, you know my name. I thought you call me again, Mochi. Yoongi, if you said then I will. Jimin, you are such a person, you know. Yoongi, anytime I have 30 to 40. Jimin, oh, really? Huh? I am saying how much you have. If you, how much you have. If you have that much, you don't for me. He said, and about to go, Yoongi held his hand, and both looked at each other. Yoongi, everyone is temporary, but you are permanent, he said, and Jimin is saying him. Sometimes past Jimin looking down. Yoongi up his Jimin closes his eyes, and you can see him. And she hardly stands up. He don't know what she do. He run from there. Yoongi see him. Yoongi, what happened with him? He think as always. Yoongi start to think so many things. So he go behind him. This is the third last scene. Jimin come downstairs in the kitchen. He places his hand. He places his hand on his and closes his eyes. From his eyes, Yoongi come downstairs. He stand there. When he see Jimin is Jimin. No, no, I don't do this. I don't do anything like this. I am just Yoongi heard without saying anything. He go in the room. Jimin, but if I for Yoongi, then what I do, huh? Yoongi is such a nice person, and moreover, I know this is not young, and me isn't. Before he don't even call me after my just a simple messages. So why I am thinking about him? I think I have to give a chance to him. He is thinking. He is so confused about his feelings. He don't know what to do. He wash his face and then go in there. So it's almost 30 minutes voiceover done. Maybe it's done from uh, 12:30. Okay, so second last scene. He come in. He come in the room and see Yoongi, who lay on the bed and didn't even drink the soup. Jimin sighed. Jimin, Yoongi, drink the soup. Yoongi, I am sleepy. Jimin, you sleep, but first drink soup. I give you, but Yoongi, I take care of myself. You can sleep, he said, and Jimin became confused. What happened with him? And then once again, Jimin's phone start ringing. He see the caller IG and the look at Yoongi. He cut the call and his phone. Jimin, no, I don't listen you. If you become, I have to make breakfast. Yoongi, please, Jimin. Please, Jimin. Jimin, there is no please. He said and sit on the bed in front of him. Yoongi, Jimin, hurry up. I am also hungry. I don't do the dinner. Yoongi, why don't you? Why don't you do that dinner? Why don't you do that dinner? Go and do that dinner. Hmm. Jimin start to him. Yoongi, I can eat by myself. Jimin, I know how much you do. He said and continued to him. Yoongi is saying him and then gave him a nut. He sit there. He don't go anywhere. Jimin, if you have, tell me. I give you. Well, I am good in this. Yoongi, no need. I sleep. Jimin, alright. Yoongi, you go and do dinner. Jimin, okay. You sleep. If you want something, call me, he said and go downstairs. He take his phone with him. Yoongi, I know you will talk with him now, Jimin. I may try my best, but you will be never. But I don't. I hope. I try my best to get you, he said and started to wait for him. Time skip. Jimin come in the room just after 15 minutes. He sit on the bed and place his hand on Yoongi forehead and place his hand on Yoongi forehead. Yoongi forehead Yoongi is wake up. He just close his eyes. Jimin, he don't have, but still, I ask from Hyung. He said and call someone. Jimin, hello, Hobby Hyung. How are you? Hobby fine, Jiminy. And you? You, Jimin. Me too, Hyung. Actually, Yoongi, can you tell me what I do? Hobby, oh, I message you some message you gave him. Jimin, he sleep now. Hobby, that's good, but tomorrow gave him. Jimin, alright. Thank you, Hyung, he said and cut the call. He then looked at Yoongi. Jimin, huh? He's such a kid, he mumbled and about to go when he heard the voice. Yoongi, that much for me? Jimin smiled and looked at him. Jimin, I am not. I don't want to make breakfast. That's why I am doing this. Yoongi, oh, hello, Mochi. Except that you are for me. Jimin, I am not. Yoongi, you are. Jimin, you are not that much. You are not that much. Special, huh? Yoongi, oh, really, huh? Jimin, yeah, and who become for his Yoongi if no one can take his place. No one means no one, he said, and Jimin didn't say anything for some time. Jimin, why I am even talking with you, Yoongi, because you too. Jimin, you don't. Why don't you sleep, huh? Even I give you also, Yoongi, oh wow, so I sleep, huh? And you watches and Jimin, why only watches, huh? Your perfumes, even that your papers also, and I still have option. I picked up, and he said and roll his eyes. Yoongi, don't me give me order. I give my Jimin, this is real life, Min Yoongi, not a story. So don't speak too much and sleep. Let me sleep also, he said and lay on the bed. Jimin sighed to see him, but he closed his eyes and silently. Though the fact of him swata Jimin नींद बोल बोल के जिमिन silently. Last scene. Next day, Next day, Yoongi is much better. He go office also. Jimin is in the living room doing his assignment. When the door knocked, Jimin, who come? He see the time. This is not the time. Yoongi come. Jimin go and he open the door. His eyes widen when he see Young. He almost start. Jimin, you are here, Young. Yeah, I am here. When you don't attend my calls, what I do? What happens? Third last text. What happened, Jimin? He go, Jimin, go from here. Young, why I go? I am here to take you with me, Jimin. But he stop when he see Yoongi stand. Young turn. He see Yoongi for some moments. He become to see Yoongi. To see Yoongi. Young, he is no need to feel from him, Jimin. Come, I am here to take you, he said and hold his hand. Without saying anything, Yoongi go his job. He didn't turn. Okay, last scene and the second last text. I don't you, he said, and go upstairs. Jimin, go from here, Young. Who gave you my address? Young Jimin, come with me. Jimin, I can't, Young. Go from here. Go from here. Young, for now, I am going, but I come again. For now, I am going, but I come again. And remember this, Jimin. I know he stopped you. He said, and go. Jimin see Yoongi, who come downstairs. Jimin, Yoongi stop. He don't look at him. Jimin, I can explain you. Yoongi look at him and he smile. Jimin, now you explain me like a come on, Jimin. He said and go. Jimin, Yoongi may smile, but Jimin can see how much he is by his eyes. You may such, but your eyes speak. Jimin come. He sit on the couch. He don't know why. Roll from his eyes. Roll from his eyes. And okay, so continuously he closed his eyes and lay on the couch. He don't know when he fell in sleep. Time skip. He opened his eyes and he see blanket on him. He sit on. Time skip. He opened his eyes and see the blanket on him. He sit on the couch and look here and there. He heard the voices from the kitchen. Bye.